I don't think I have to tell you that wrestling is dangerous, whether you believe it's real or not, depending on your definition of real. Either way, we've got a video that is the 10 most horrifying wrestling injuries of all time. Now, knowing that some fellas have actually died in the ring, and a few standout moments that I can think of, I'm wondering what can be on this list as like a top 10. Either way, we're going to be checking this one out. I'm hanging out with the flock over on Twitch right now. If you want to react to content with us live, you know where to find that link. If you want to see the video that we're checking out by yourself and support the original creator of the content, which you should do anyway, click the top link in the description. You gotta do it. You gotta. You just gotta. Young ones, get out of here. I don't react to content with little ones in mind because I use very, very strong language sometimes, and I'm not going to be responsible for you hearing some shit that you didn't need to hear. See? You didn't listen. You heard that. Either way, let's get right into
All wrestlers work hurt. Even I know this from my independent experiences. As soon as you start taking those bumps, your body basically starts breaking down. Certainly on occasion, though, these things do turn into injuries, and my word, we have seen some horrific ones throughout the years. So sit down with me, Simon Miller, my friends, and let's go through 10.
I'm thinking of the Joey Mercury one.
Number 10, Cody Rhodes turns blue. Now, it's totally wild this was allowed in 2022. Because if you went and told someone that doesn't really have much wrestling knowledge, they would go, back in the 80s, right? You'd be like, nah, it was yesterday. It is basically a story that has turned into legend today, though, but one day Cody Rhodes was in the gym. He kind of got a little bit fruity-tooty with the bench press when he tore his pec.
Dude, you gotta be a tough son of a bitch to really go out, like, it's visible. Like, you're visibly fucked. Didn't Triple H have something like this too go on? That is crazy, man. How was this number 10? Oh my god.
Off the bone, and again, go listen to him talk about this. It was absolutely devastating. The thing is, though, he injured himself so badly that when he sat down with medical personnel, they were like, well, it can't actually get any worse because you're literally at zero. So given that the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was just around the corner and he was taking on Seth Rollins, somebody gave him the green light and he actually went and did it. It leads to the most craziest oh my gosh moment maybe in wrestling history when he does take off his American Nightmare robe, because his chest just looks like a Pokemon that's about to evolve to the next level. Rollins.
A Pokemon. That shit. Am I gonna get flagged on you? This looks never. I'm not gonna say what that kind of looks like. What the hell?
Rollins sold this wonderfully as well, and the match is just incredible. If you think wrestling these days lacks drama and emotion, this one does not at all. And every time Cody is in pain, you're just shouting, "Please, my friend, be okay." You don't have to suspend your disbelief either, because it's right there in your face.
It looks like a cute.
And I don't know how either of these two guys got through it. Cody, because he must have been in so much pain.
That
how
like
Seth dance around.
I'm telling Cody Rhodes that y'all are trying to fuck his fucking peck. Y'all sick. Sickos.
This, that man is a consummate professional. I suppose in hindsight it did work really well because it gave Cody this massive edge. Not Adam Copeland, he went to AEW, and really it is riveting but terrifying stuff. Number 9, Matt Hardy's Extreme Fall. All Out 2020 is a fascinating show to watch because, of course, we had just arrived in the pandemic and everybody was trying to figure out what to do. So I always want to say bless all these companies for providing us some sort of entertainment, but on this night, man, AEW could not catch a break. Because for whatever reasons, performers were slipping and sliding all over the place. When we got to our street fight between Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara, oh my gosh, you've never been so scared in your life. Because at one point, Sammy and Matt did climb up this cherry picker, and as there was a table on the floor below, you knew what was going to happen here. And yes, they did come crashing down through it, but Hardy smashed his head on the concrete floor. I'm not exaggerating here. For a couple of seconds, I actually worried he was dead. And he also goes this funny colour because he does get knocked out, and even the commentary team have kittens here, as you would do. And amazingly, after the fact, he was actually okay. But nobody knew that at the time. It's genuinely scary. I suppose the major controversy is this match was allowed to continue, and I say this all the time because I'm an annoying fella. It is just wrestling at the end of the day. Nothing is more important than a human's health and happiness, so if you do think somebody is in danger, just stop the thing We can move on to something else. Remember?
At that age too, because Matt is definitely getting up there, man. Like, to take a bump like that by mistake? God. Ugh. Oof. Why did nobody tell me I had my own little botch going on there? You guys are slacking. You guys are slacking. YouTube, you didn't even notice either. Did you notice that there was the fucking Twitch banner down there? No. You would have said something. You would have said something. Worst YouTube injuries right there. Oof, my pride. Ooh.
A Cash Wheeler's forearm. FTR are a great tag team, and in fact they're so superb, even if they have a match that's just considered good, everybody scratches their heads. They're like, did something happen? This doesn't make any sense. This is sort of what happened too when they took on Santana and Ortiz at Fight of the Fall in 2021. Because while it was still pretty decent, something just seemed off. As it turned out, something was massively off. Because at one point, Cash Wheeler was knocked from the top of the turnbuckle, and when he fell, oh my gosh, he had the biggest wound in his forearm. As it turned out, he'd actually caught himself on the damn metal as he had come down, meaning he sliced it open. And the medical team here, they totally freaked out. They knew this was bad, and they rushed out to help him. Many people close even said they could see Cash Wheeler's bone.
Oh my goodness.
So again, let's remember this. This is how terrifying wrestling can be. You can do something as simple as a big old fall, but if you don't take the perfect route down, bad things can happen. Number 7, Ridge Holland's ankle snaps. If you are a fan of football or soccer, for my American friends, you know sometimes you can get horrible breaks, and you will see all the players on the field where their faces turn white, because they just saw bone. You would never wish this on any man though, but man, back in 2020 NXT, poor Ridge Holland had to go through it. It came in October when he was facing Danny Burch, but actually it was the aftermath that got him, and all it took was a dive from Oro Mensah. Seriously, if you do go and watch this, it is the most normal thing ever.
Man.
But something happened with Ridge's feet, and when he did,
holy no. Oh, that fucking sucks, dude. Yo, there's so many fucking dives and like, springboard moves and shit around these days. Like, the body is so weird. Like, they probably take these bumps or like, do these spots 1 billion times in a year. And just randomly, yo, that sucks, man. No one expects to see a fucking injury like that, too. Like,
did fall down, yep, he snapped his ankle in two. You could tell instantly this was bad given the reactions.
oh my goodness. Oh. No, dude. Dude, he probably doesn't even know. He's still going along with like the planned spot. Bro is probably yelling in agony right fucking. Oh my god, no. Hell no. No, no. No. I have winced and or looked away. I've lost a life.
And this was another one when the medical team were there instantly. They were like flipping Superman. It really is another amazing situation given that Holland was able to recover and now he's doing pretty good work in NXT. I mean, after this, if you had told me he'd never gonna walk again, I think I probably would have believed it. Number 6, Joey Mercury's broken nose. A lot of people have seen this one because...
This is number 6. Damn. This one was fucking terrible, dude. Iconic. Everyone knows about this one.
A, it is so awful, and B, well, the internet exists. Going down at Armageddon 2006 during a TLC match is indeed Eminem versus the Hardys versus William Regal and Dave Taylor versus Paul London and Brian Kendrick. And after Eminem had sort of set a ladder up like it was a seesaw, Jeff Hardy had spied this. He was like, well, that'll be fun. And he jumped into one side of the ladder, which basically smashed it into John Morrison's and Joey Mercury's faces. When the camera focused on Joey, and you could tell something was bad right away, because his nose had swollen up to the size of a damn pond. His face basically blew up too, and the amount of blood was totally unsettling. And somehow all he suffered here was a broken nose. And I say that knowing a broken nose is a horrible thing to have to go through, but when you first witness it, You don't know how his whole face is going to recover. He really did have to go through a lot of rehab, though, and this was a terrible, terrible injury. The fact of the matter is, though, it could have been even worse. So, yeah.
He's tough as shit for going on to, like, wrestle after that, too. With, like, the whole mask thing on. That, shit, man. That's a gnarly one. That ladder came up fast as hell. That shit could have scraped out his eyes or anything. Like, no fucking way. And I think they probably went over that spot a billion times before, you know, actually going through with it in the match. But when that shit came up, ugh, he got fucking blasted. I don't know if he was like out of position or what. Matt did it to Edge. This was around the Lita thing, right? That makes sense. Wickedness. Did he do any more? Yo, I would have definitely put in my contract, like, ain't no way I'm touching any fucking ladders after this. Sorry. Go fuck yourself.
All the positivity to that man. I don't actually know how he got through it. Number 5, hardcore.
Oh, you know
Holly's
New
massive
Jack has to be on
wrestling.
here. That is alright. No, Godprex, this is a crazy title. What? Simon? Let's talk about this. Excuse me?
Wrestling is always dangerous. We keep touching on this, but even when you think, haha, that's the easiest move ever, actually it is not. It also goes for table breaks as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, did anyone else see that super light-skinned Roman Reigns? Why the camera guy looking like that? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this guy? That man is white.
It is not. It also goes for table breaks as well, because everybody worth their salt now skips around going, oh, well, it's great to go through the wood because it will break your fall. That is true, but it's still an inanimate object. Bad things can happen. Hardcore Holly found this out firsthand in 2006 when he was having a match against RVD in ECW. When, yeah, he went through a table, it seemed fine, and everybody saw his back. Now, somehow.
Whoa. What kind of table did they use, bro? That's not my WWE tables that break as soon as you breathe near them. What the fuck? It looked like you can literally peel his skin off. Like, that's crazy.
The metal trimming from the table had cut right down this, but it's actually a hole. I'm sure I'm exaggerating here, but it almost appears you can see his organs. I mean, I absolutely would call this grotesque. But if you read Hardcore's book, he said, man, it just felt like sunburn to me. So he actually may be the toughest SOB ever. Number 4, Mick Foley. I mean, in general, the amount of dangerous moves this guy did for our
Mick
entertainment,
Foley, period,
he does not get the respect he deserves. One of the earliest of these is the elbow drop from the ring apron to the floor. Today, everybody poo-poos this because we have seen so much. We'll go back to WCW, go back to Clash of the Champions, and watch the one that he does hit on Mil Mascaras. You hear the noise of the concrete floor and it's disgusting. He also lost his ear during that infamous match with Vader in Germany. And of course, there's the Hell in the Cell from the King of the Ring 1998. We don't even need to talk about that here because you already know. Although if we are going to pick one injury, it will be the...
Yeah. Foley definitely got to have, like, he would take up like 5 or 6 spots on this list by himself. Like, yeah, he definitely does need, like, his own fucking segment. That scares me, though, because we still haven't seen the Sid leg break and the... What the fuck else is there? I'm scared. I don't want to see more.
Tooth through his nose. Can you imagine how uncomfortable that must have been? It's also one of the most iconic images in wrestling history, and I actually could stand here and do this for the entire video, but I won't. I'll just say that Mick Foley was a damn hero. Number 3, Sabu's bicep. Born to be Wired was quite the ECW event. The company was sort of flying at the time, and the fact they now had pay-per-view was really exciting.
Gotta be a New Jack thing too, right?
Very sadly, they had to witness this. I mean, as we know, at its very best, the product was slightly unhinged, which meant that it did attract unhinged wrestlers, much like Sabu. Now, a lot of his peers have said this. While sometimes he would fall down attempting moves, it was actually on purpose because he always wanted to keep the crowd guessing. Sadly, sometimes it did come back to bite him in the ass though, or on this evening, it bit him in the bicep. Because after one of his crazy dives through all of the furniture, Sabu's arm was just ripped to shreds, to the point manager Bill Alfonso basically had a breakdown, and he was trying to strap it up with tape because the blood just would not stop. And I swear, if you look closely at this, you can see the bicep muscle fall onto the floor. I know that sounds like a cartoon.
What the What? To anyone that's seen that, is that true? Excuse me? Nah, the ECW fellas they over there, they sitting back, taking sips of their beer right now, like, oh, it's first time here, you just flew in from stupid town, bitch. You didn't know?
But I'm just trying to stress here how bad this was. Sabu basically kept on going after this as well, so please, listen to this bald idiot. Let's never let it happen again. I think I got that wrong, but just stop it. And stop the matches, I mean it. Number 2, Sid breaks his leg. This was so bad, people still talk about it today, and it was one of those clips that always did the round when YouTube was finally given birth to. I remember people showing it to me, and I was like, damn it, I've seen it. It did go down at WCW Sin pay-per-view though, where Sid was taking on Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. Because it was meant to be a mega main event, somebody in management has said, hey Sid, I know you're like 6'8" tall, but why don't you do a move off the top rope? Sid was like, well, I don't want to do that, but I guess he was pressured into it. Now he only goes the second turnbuckle here, but because he lands and he is such a big guy, and I would presume uncomfortable.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Off just a second rope? Oh. Sydney. Sidnionio. Symphony. Oh. I'm doing pretty good, Chris. I'm glad to hear that you're doing all right. My weekend's about to start, man. I'm excited. I just got to get through work tomorrow. I'm getting off a little early, too, so, you know, we celebrate the little things out. Spending a little time with the flock here, you gotta understand. You threw up the first time you saw it? Rightfully so, because this shit ain't right.
He just shatters his ankle into. Look, I don't want to be that guy, but you can actually see the foot there just.
Oh my, and they got it from different angles too. That's gotta freak you the fuck out. Like from Sid's point of view, seeing his leg like that has gotta be like, yo, what? And then the boot is just like, yeah, look at this shit. Ah. Ugh, I'd be on my creepy shit. This is a little much for me. Oh my god.
Wiggling away, it is not attached anymore. This break was so bad too, Sid sued WCW because it essentially ended his career. So let's just keep things simple. If you are a gargantuan man, maybe don't jump from a high space. It's physics. Number 1, New Jack and the Dansbury Fall.
All right. So I'm glad that New Jack was definitely put somewhere here. Just all like, there's no way you do like a all-encompassing wrestling list. And it's like, you're not gonna bring up New Jack, and I think this is definitely a number 1. I think this is definitely a number 1 here.
Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell bump couldn't have gone better, all things considered. I'm talking about the first one. Like, it's still hella dangerous, but at least he had a friend in The Undertaker that was trying to guide him, and the way that he does land, well, I don't actually think anybody could have landed any better. I mean, all of that is an awful choice of words. My point is this. When you contrast it with what happened at ECW Living Dangerously 2000, well, this one is way more scary. Now, it was when New Jack was facing Vic Grimes, and even though the point they fall from is a lot closer to the floor, it is quite clear that Vic has changed his mind. New Jack decides, tough, you're still gonna go, when Jack follows him down and actually basically crushes this man's head. Somehow New Jack ends up worse in this too, because he basically broke his skull and suffered brain damage. Now look, I like wrestling as much as the next guy, but I do not need things like this. There's also a broken leg in there to boot, and if you've seen this, you won't be surprised, because again, wrestling's about to be 2 people working together, and here, well look, I'm just talking allegedly and apparently, and how it looks to me, it really does come across like one guy trying to kill another. So some risks are just not worth it. I know I sound like your dad, he's probably bald too, Runs in the family. Now, if you do have any more injuries you want to share, maybe don't do that and have a lovely conversation in the comments instead. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And if you would like more trivia about wrestling, click the video, I'll give you some. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining me, my friends. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Simon Miller the GOAT. I love a bald goat. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I like Simon Miller. If you guys have not checked out What Culture Wrestling for whatever reason, why are you being a fucking weenie? Go click over there right now. Show them love. What the hell? If you want to react to content with us live on Twitch, The Flock and I, you know where to find that link. I'm not going to tell you. Come on, grow up. Grow up. There's literally a ticker on the screen that tells you where to go. What are you asking for? What are you asking for? But I'd like to bring that to you guys. What are some wrestling injuries that didn't make it on this list that you could think of? Because there are definitely quite a few that I know some of the flock was brainstorming right when the video started up. So hey, you never know. I want to know. Let's talk about it. You guys know about shit that I don't know. Yeah, we've also got bonus content over on the Patreon. So if you guys want to see some content that I cannot upload to YouTube. No, you will not be seeing any ghost titties. There will not be any ghost titties for you guys on the Patreon. You can go ahead and click that link there and check out the bonus content. I'll see you in the next video if we both make it there.